Good evening, lovely people all around the world. This is episode 16 of the When a Black Man Say It, the Angry Black Man Show. When a Black Man Say It, the Angry Black Man Show, we talk about the culture, and our culture. Everything pertains to it. The reason why I named it When a Black Man Say It, because all over the world, everybody gets their flowers when they talk about everything that even remotely speaks to what happens to black people. The only time people get pissed is when a black man say it. We listen to basketball coaches. We listen to all types of sports figures. Politicians say one snippet of what happens in the black culture, and everybody elevates them as some lovely people. But when a black man say it, people become ignited and pissed off. Also, the other part of the name is the Angry Black Man Show. Every other culture and all types of incredible people create change in the world when they get angry. Not mad, because if you stay mad, you go mad, and that's bad. But when you become angry, you start changing the world. That's why I combine those two things that you think you can stop black men from being, even though James Baldwin, Malcolm X, Dr. King have talked about, Fannie Hamer have talked about, we have to get mad. I also want to elevate and give my heart out to the people of Gaza and all Gazans, not Hamas, not the IDF, but the people of Jewish people and Palestinian people, Congolese people, Australian people. I want to speak out against settler colonialism. I also want to give thanks and elevate what's going on in Baltimore, Chicago, and places that all of a sudden we forget about. I want to talk about and elevate and hope for peace and love in the Ukraine, but I also want to ask Ukrainians, why is it so much of a strain when it's time to recognize your black citizens? Today, I'm going to continue to talk about my journey through cancer. As long as Cancer Month or Cancer Week is going on, Jim Valvano, Stuart Scott, Robin Roberts, and a host of other people talk about their cancer experiences. I'm going to talk about mine because there's a segment of people that are low income that we don't talk about. The disproportionality of people getting cancer treatment is epic. Black men receive a 70% decrease in services for cancer treatment. Black women, people of color who do not master English, even though they're citizens, are treated in many cases like chattel, and they don't get the services they need. So I want to tell you, black men, black people, Asian people, white people, brown people, queer people, speak up. It's your voice, your choice. I also want to tell black men, let's stop having these generational hang-ups about addressing cancer, fighting cancer, and speaking up against it. Let's quit thinking all we have to do is take some Robitussin and it'll go away. Let's also admit, black men, when we need to cry, when we need to ask for help, when we need to reach out. Let's do that. Know that you have a servant and a warrior in you, and in me especially. I will be here for you. If you call me and say you need me, I will be there. So don't worry about having an advocate for black men battling healthcare disparities, and also black men who are afraid to challenge themselves in order to get help. I'm here for you. It's a really different subject today concerning my cancer journey. I was in a Whole Foods not too long ago, and there was a person walking slowly in line, and somebody just came up with, well, they look like they have cancer. So that's the type of slur you use. And it made me realize and made me remember the trauma that I went through with people who were attacking me because I contracted cancer. It's not like I rang up cancer and say, hey, cancer, can you come in and enter my body and take my eye? It fucked with me, and I had to whip its ass and send it on its way. Once again, and I say this, and I want a bunch of people to say this, I did not survive cancer. I whipped cancer's ass. I put foot to butt. I put foot to cheek, and I was not meek. I said, cancer, go away. I'm not the one you seek. I like to dress, I like to live, so I'm going to stay on fleek. You picked the wrong black man. And I want every black man, every brown man, every white man, every human to know we gonna whoop cancer's ass. 10 toes down, we ain't here to fuck around. We gonna whoop cancer's ass. Back to that story in Whole Foods. Made me revisit the trauma I received dealing with cancer. I was working at a high school, a Fowler High School, and every day the principal would mock me, knowing I had cancer, mocked a giant tumor in my face. Every day he would say what the other guy looked like, and he especially wanted to say this in front of white teachers because this was a black man that did not know himself. There was a black person, also a black female that worked there, who looked at me one day and said, "You used to be fine. You got that eye missing, you ain't fine anymore." Now, I could have said every type of horrific thing to her because she truly was a horrific thing. Because, see, when you hurt people, we know you hurt. But I did say to her, I don't think anybody's ever called you fine. And if you and I were the only people on earth left, it would be the end of recorded history. And by the way, I'm still fine because you're looking at me. But it made me realize there's so many people who aren't quick-witted and can't defend themselves and get hurt when people attack them and hurt them and victimize them for how they look after they survived something that did not ask for. When they had to take a path and a trail that ended up them walking through hell, when they had to continue on a journey that they did not want to travel, a path they did not want to travel, a road they did not want to go down, because there was a debilitating disease around, and we're sitting here mocking these people. So I'm out here right now saying to everybody, let's quit talking about people in wheelchairs, people in walking with crutches, people who may be without an eye. I can't tell the reason why, but I know I will continue to fly. People who have some type of something wrong with them, let's quit calling them defects because they're not defective people. They are radiant humans. And I want everybody to remember that. Let's quit mocking people with smile issues and teeth issues because you never know how bad somebody is suffering. And I especially speak up for adults. Remember, it was the Fowler students that saved me and my own children that saved me. Zari, Sharif Aliko, Jasmine Simpson, Shania, Lydia, Ian, Easy E, Drew, Kamari, Gemini, and a host of other students. Cam, who called me and told me they loved me. My Follett daughter, you know who you are. A ton of kids. Antalasia, a ton of kids. Liz Borchardt, whole bunch of people that elevated me when grown men who called themselves leaders of schools were talking about me because they were in pain. So I want to say once again to those, quit mocking people who are hurt. Quit victimizing people and quit attacking people and quit picking your easiest victims to malign and to invalidate. Do you know what pain somebody's going through when they no longer look the way they used to? When they're dealing with things that they did not ask for? You do not know what somebody's going through. So I want to say to all of you who feel like you have the right to attack people based on their looks, their height, their complexion, whatever disease has left them the way they are now, they have to accept themselves. And I want to say this to you children, students, young people, whatever you like to be called. You are kings and queens. Don't concern yourself with the dust of the mud flings or the slight pain of the bee stings. You continue to do great things. And I want to let all of you who feel like for some reason you should be laughing at people who have to deal with epic and life-changing issues and who continue to rise. Why do you despise? Here's some food for thought. Quit attacking others, people who are going through things. Start loving and elevating. And at the end of the day, if you want to continue to hurt people, I've got some actual food to offer you. Would you like these nuts?